Hello, folks. This is a new What If I'm starting, and you know, it's already a What If that's been done, but I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. I want to do it a little different, but it's basically a what if Deku was the next chosen one, part one, and y'all already know what I mean by chosen one. But just to set the ground rules, there will only be two people who has the force. No one else is gonna have the force. It's only gonna be two people, Deku and someone else. So yeah, I'm just gonna set those ground rules right there. So let's start with a young Inko, right? A young Inko. A young Inko who was was actually a traveler, an explorer. And she would, often explore old ruins. And she's, pretty good at it. So Inko decided to explore this really, really old temple that hasn't been, put on the map, because she basically works with like I don't know, an explorer club or company or some shit like that, and they all have like different locations and places that their travelers already been to. But this is a one temple that they haven't been to. So Inko is not what dangers are in there, but she decides to just go. So she's seen this old ruins, these destroyed statues and everything, and seems to be drawn to this room in the temple. And basically when she gets into the room, she sees this artifact of sorts. This right here, a special looking holocron. Of course she wouldn't know what it's called. She wouldn't know what this is. We know it's a holocron, but she wouldn't. So she just takes the artifact, and she was planning on giving it to her people, but for some reason it seems like the artifact is compelling her to take it home instead. And pretty much that's what she does. She takes it home and leave it on the drawer. Leave it on a drawer next to her bed or whatever. And as the years go by, Inko has been starting to get visions of a child that kinds of look like her, but she's not sure. one that seems to be saving the world or whatever. And she would often get these visions now and then, almost every night, until one day she finds out that she's pregnant. And this kind of scares her because she's technically never been with anybody, and the doctors pretty much can see that, and not sure why. They're probably thinking that maybe it's a secret quirk you don't know about, and you can probably have kids without having to sleep with a male counterpart. That's like the best excuse they can give, because they have no idea how she got pregnant without having sex with a male, or or any type of sperm count, because there's a doctor with a quirk. You can analyze anything about a body, and the fact that he analyzed Inko's body multiple times and pretty much didn't see not one speck of of male, the sperm, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep this a little PG. Not really. But it's weird to say. So Inko, not sure, just takes it as it is, and eventually a few years pass, and our boy Deku is born. And Deku is born, and Deku, well, he's an anomaly. Inko's not quite sure about him. She loves him, but she sees that that Deku's a little different from us. He doesn't that much care for playing, and he would he's often would read more, and by reading, read obsessively, and he often be outside training with a stick in sword combat, and even Deku's not sure why he does that. He just feels compelled to. And most of the time, usually when he's in the house, he would often be in a daze, and usually start to walk to the artifact, but he would often shake it off. So yeah, Deku at school, he's pretty much is this junk recording? Okay, yeah, it is. Deku at school, he's pretty much a genius, and an absolute genius. Even he's not sure why he never studies, and he already went to the quirk doctor a while back, and they say he doesn't have a quirk. But he's an absolute genius, and where most folks would make fun of him for not having a quirk, they see that he's super smart, so they pretty much got thinking that maybe he could be one of them support guys and create or be somebody like Shield and create something extraordinary and amazing tech that against the villains. So people would usually think of that for Deku, that he will be the next genius to a next genius who will take their technological, I don't know how I'm saying it, technological age to a new limits. Damn it. To a new age, up its strength or whatever, make heroes better to take down the villains. You know what I'm saying? But Deku, even though it does seem interesting to him, does not that's not, he doesn't feel like that's his calling. But Bakugo, all he sees is just a quirkless nerd. That's all he sees. He don't care about any of Deku's successes. If you don't got a quirk, then you're nothing. And that's pretty much how and he would often bully Deku. But for some reason, every time Bakugo would try to fight Deku, he wouldn't try anything, what I'm saying? He just would be somewhat chill and try pretty much be like, there's no need for such violence, Bakugo. Don't be such a fool. As Bach could be like, who you calling a fool, you useless nerd? As he would go in for an explosion. And, Deku would, reflexes he didn't have, he didn't know he had, would often, would just, dodge Bakugo. Dodge and, pretty much trip him over himself. Trip him over himself, you know what I'm saying? Kind of some, some CQC shit from, like Snake or whatever. Snake and the boss and Big Boss and, all that jazz. Using your opponent's momentum against him. And that's what Deku would usually do to Bakugo. And, always whooping his ass. And most of the kids, damn, why did I break this? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Whatever. Most of the kids seeing that, you know what I'm saying, kind of seeing that kind of respects Deku, because pretty much he whooped Bakugo's ass, who was considered to be gonna be a great hero or whatever, because of his quirk and the fact that they see that Deku doesn't have a quirk, and he was able to take down Bakugo. Was able to take down Bakugo. They see that Deku just seems pretty capable. So yeah, that's pretty much Deku's school life. Though he's quirkless, some folks really like him, and Bakugo and his posse just hates him. I don't get that dude. That Bakugo just piss me off sometimes. Whatever. I mean, what is a good reason to just bully someone? Like, seriously, there's no reason for that. You're just a dick. You're just a fucking dick. But anyway, that's pretty much Deku's school life. But we're not gonna talk about that because that's not gonna matter in a few moments. To when Deku finally got home, and Inko's not there. You know, she's at work, whatever. And Deku getting called by that same artifact once again. Finally steps to it and grabs it as you know, the voices start, ringing in his head, and and pretty much saying, and the voice is pretty much saying, finally, the next chosen one, the one who will finally fix my mistakes, as he gets teleported to another planet. And as as Deku gets teleported from another planet, the holocron he was holding disintegrates out of his hand, and he's just left there, kind of freaking out, not sure what's going on, a little scared, not sure where he is, because everything's weird. The tree, it's more like a somewhat a desert-like planet, but with weird trees and all, and that he's never seen before, and it's freaking him out. So he's just kind of scared, until he sees like a huge temple in front of him, and he pretty much decides to just walk there, calling out to folks if anyone's on this planet. And as he's just walking through the empty temple, he finally sees a wall that catches his interest for some reason, his attention, as he decides to walk to the wall and put his hand on it. And what wall is he? Am I talking about? Well, it's pretty much this wall right here. This is what Deku sees. A wall of two males and a female. As Deku looking at this, and for some reason to him all three of these folks kind of just seemed familiar, as if he's seen them before. As he looks at the female, and pretty much says Ahsoka, and looks at the male on the right, and pretty much saying, Star Killer, no, Galen Merrick. And and he looks at in the middle, saying, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, as you know, pretty much their eyes glow. And the Galen portrait shocks Deku as the Ahsoka portrait, short portrait, shoots beams of light at Deku, as he teleports, not teleports, but as he the beams are shooting at, as the beams of light and the red lightning shoots at him, for some reason it doesn't hurt, as the temple becomes more alive and the torches around gets lit up as Deku can see better, and pretty much 3 Force ghosts come out. Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka, and Galen Merrick, the father, the son, and the daughter. They're not really his kids, but whatever, who cares? If there's anyone who deserves the Skywalker last name, it's Ahsoka. That's fucking Rey. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, Deku looks upon these 3 and pretty much saying, what do you want? As Anakin speaks, says, I want you, kid. You're my successor. The one who's supposed to succeed where I failed. You're the next chosen one who finally destroy evil. On your world, evil has become more powerful, and they need and your precious hero, the strongest one, will not be around for this long, and your world needs somebody to replace him, someone better, stronger. That someone will be you, Deku. That's if accept our training. And Deku is pretty much like, training? Yes, training, boy. The training to use the Force, and Anakin pretty much shows a display of his power, pretty much lifting Deku and a bunch of objects everywhere, like big ass rocks and statues and whatever, pretty much shocking. She was like, whoa, is this your quirk? It's kind of similar to my mom's. It's like, no, fool, this is not a quirk. Galen Merrick says he's using the Force. So pretty much saying, calm down, he doesn't know. As Anakin puts down this stuff, puts all the objects down, and pretty much kneels to Deku and pretty much saying, listen, boy, you're gonna be on this planet for a long while if you accept my training. But if you don't want, but I will not force you to do this. If you don't want this, I will transport you home right now, and you will never see me again. And Deku, pretty much thinking about this, he doesn't want to leave his mom, but he pretty much just saying it's like, I won't be here forever. I won't be here forever, but I could actually be able to become a hero if I do this. Deku just thinking about this and pretty much saying, yes, I will accept your training. As Anakin smiles and pretty much turning to Ahsoka and Galen, which, I mean, it's funny. I don't know why Galen would ever, would ever help Anakin in any way. But, because knowing that he's Darth Vader, he used to be Darth Vader, but, don't matter. He's gonna help in my what if. So, yeah. Anakin turns to Galen and Ahsoka and pretty much saying it's time to get to work, as as pretty much over the years Deku learned from all aspects from the Force, both dark and light, learning the light from Ahsoka and learning the dark from Galen. Anakin didn't want to make the same mistakes that the Jedi did with him, because Anakin isn't technically, to break the story. Let me break the story. Anakin isn't just a mere Jedi. He's the freaking chosen one. He has to, he has to learn both sides of the Force in order to become, in order to become powerful. Kind of like the freaking Avatar, learning all the four elements. And we can't just sit here and say that, that never happened. Look at Mace Windu. He learns from the light side, and he also learned from the dark. He learns from the dark side, with the Sith artifacts in the Jedi Temple or whatever. And that's pretty much signify his purple lightsaber pretty much signifies his both his light and dark, because red and blue make purple. I think, I could be wrong. So yeah, Anakin not wanting to make that mistake with Deku, as the Jedi did him. He wanted Deku to learn both aspects of the Force. And pretty much from Ahsoka with the light side, he learns Force telekinesis, Force persuasion, Force speed, Force jump, Force saber throw, and Force healing and all. And from Galen with the dark side, he learned Force rage to focus his rage on, Force lightning, and Force grip. Similar to Darth Vader's choking or whatever. And from Anakin, he learns lightsaber skills. he doesn't have his own light. He doesn't have a lightsaber yet. So he pretty much used, one of those training sabers. Those weird sticks. If you played Star Wars: The Old Republic and The Old Republic, and your character first comes in with that little freaking stick or staff or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes for Deku as he turns 13, and he turns 13, and he pretty much looks like this. And pretty much after that, after those years of training, Deku is, finally ready to take his last trial. And that is to defeat a crate dragon to obtain its pearl. And then, only then, he'll be able to make his own lightsaber. And Anakin pretty much says that the dragon, the oldest of them all, is on this planet right now, and he's been causing a ruckus. So you will hunt him down, kill him with the abilities you have learned, and take his pearl. So Deku, bowing to his masters, ran off in search of the dragon. But what Deku doesn't know, that there's someone else looking for the dragon, who is actually much closer to it than Deku. A female Mandalorian. A young female Mandalorian. So Deku is pretty much, searching the planet, running at top speeds with the Force, what I'm saying? Jumping off the trees and everything, kind of like on some Naruto shit, what I'm saying? Enjoying himself because he haven't been away from that temple for a long time, so he's enjoying the scenery. Enjoying the scenery, jumping around and everything. And what Deku ate, I'm just say he ate, the fruits and whatever was in the Jedi Temple. I don't know. Let's just say they had really good refrigerators, even though it's been like 1,000-year-old temple. I don't know, it was ridiculous. Whatever. Those are things nobody really goes to, but Deku ate. He ate and drank, water and whatever. So who cares? So yeah. Sorry. But as Deku is jumping and running around looking for the dragon, he starts to hear blaster fires from afar, and loud roars. Deku, knowing that that's most likely the dragon, as he jumps in, seeing the armored clad female getting knocked away from the the dragon. The dragon, with her jetpack broken, and her arm, sprained and where she barely hold the gun, and as the crate dragon goes in for the kill, Deku jumps in with a force push, and lightning is shocking the creature as he grabs the girl and jumps to a tree. As the girl's like pretty much saying like, "What are you doing? Who are you? Who are you?" Deku was saying, not right now. I have to kill this thing. It's like, that was like, she's like, unarmed? Are you crazy? It's like, don't worry, I got this. As he jumps down, shooting lightning at the dragon again. Trying to, lead it to its cave. As he comes up with a plan or whatever, jumping around or whatever, and I know, don't confuse yourself with the Mandalorian crate dragon, because there are different types of dragons that I've seen on on the internet. The dragons on its four hind legs or whatever. But anyway, Deku is leading the dragon to its cave as he force pushes it into a wall. As he dodges when it attacks. And with that dodge, he sees the large spikes on top of the cave and decides to bring it down on the crate dragon as it stabs into the dragon, killing it. And killing it as Deku, fries their dragon with force lightning and ripping through it, ripping through it. As the Mandalorian who came from the tree or whatever goes up to Deku, pretty much goes up to Deku, surprised and seeing how Deku is a great warrior and all, and appreciates his help. She pretty much saying, thanks for the assist. It seems this prey was yours. And she takes out the knife, pretty much cutting through the dragon's stomach and taking out the pearl for Deku. Right here, this is what a crate pearl looks like. But of course it will be a bit smaller than that, so it can fit into a lightsaber. I tried to look up the properties of what a crate dragon pearl would do for a lightsaber. I know it's supposed to be something a little different, and the only person who actually got his hands on an actual Krayt Dragon Pearl was a Darth Revan, but nobody knows what he did with it. So let's just say the Krayt Dragon Pearl, it pretty much creates a somewhat stable yet unstable lightsaber, more powerful, right? I guess. So yeah, whatever. So she pretty much hands the pearl over to Deku, as Deku pretty much asks the girl what's her name, and she pretty much taking off her helmet, letting the hair flow, pretty much saying it's Hava Bite. Nice to meet you. As Deku saying pretty much saying like, Hava Bite, huh? It's a strange name. And she pretty much saying, what's yours? Oh, Izuku Midoriya. But you can call me Deku. As Hava pretty much saying, huh? Okay, Deku. So, what now? Well, I plan on I'm taking this pearl back to my masters, to the Temple of Goliath. If you want to come, you can. As she pretty much, saying, fine. As she, puts her pistols back into her holster. As, these are pretty much her pistols right here. These badass looking things. So, Deku takes Hava back to his masters, pretty much saying, I got the pearls, sir. Thanks to it, with the help of this Mandalorian here. That's what she calls herself. As Anakin pretty much saying, as Anakin and Ahsoka and Galen pretty much, congratulates Deku on a job well done, and pretty much says like, it's time, Izuku. As Izuku pretty much saying, yes, sir. As they pretty much as Anakin, Ahsoka, and Galen take out their lightsabers, and pretty much break it apart into pieces. Galen's lightsaber, Ahsoka's lightsaber, and Anakin's lightsaber. His dark and light, his lightsaber when he was Anakin, and his lightsaber when he was Darth Vader. As they destroyed it. They destroyed their lightsabers, turning it into scrap metal. Because, technically they don't need it anymore. So, they gave all those pieces to Deku. And Deku pretty much feeling both the dark and the light from these pieces. Gets on his knees and meditates to make his very own lightsaber, as Hava watches from afar, amazed of what he's doing. And with 5 minutes of concentrating, he creates his lightsaber with the Force, inserting the pearl into it, and when he's finished, bzing, bzing, green lightsaber, as as you see there. And Anakin pretty much saying, with this lightsaber and the skills you've learned over the years, you are now a master. But Deku pretty much saying, a master? How can I be a master without an apprentice? And Anakin says, that's the thing. While you was gone, I was sensing a powerful force on another planet that I want you to investigate. But I don't really have a ship to go to other planets. As Heva steps in, I can help. As a Deku, looks back, and pretty much, Deku looks like this. Wait, no, not yet. But he's still, young. And Heva's like, probably like a year older than him, but whatever. But she's saying, I can help. And Deku is like, why would you want to help me and all? Pretty much he's like, only because you saved me from that dragon. That's it. As she turns away, blushing just a little bit, as Deku pretty much saying, all right, then let's go. Take me to your ship. And this is pretty much her ship. As Deku seeing this is like, this right here is impressive. And it's all yours. That's Heva proud, pretty much saying, yep, all mine. So do you know the coordinates of the planet we're talking about? As Deku pretty much saying, I don't know, but I do sense what my master was sensing. So I'll guide you as we go. Heva saying like, my very own GPS. As they fly off light speed. And pretty much that's how it goes. As let's say like an hour or two, they run on to this planet, this sort of rundown planet, full of it's more of a, it's not civilized, you can say. I mean, it's civilized, but this is where mostly criminals would be, thugs and all. So Deku and Heva go on this planet. Heva decided to stay with her ship, because she don't trust this planet, so she's gonna stay on her ship to make sure nobody tries and steals it or anything like that. As Deku goes and search the planet. So Deku, sensing the force a lot stronger now since he's on the same planet as it is, is searching around on top of buildings or whatever until he sees like a young female thief running away from a bunch of thugs trying to kill her because she stole a piece of bread, as Deku can see in her hand. But as the thugs come in, kick the young girl through the alley, pretty much saying, "You're gonna have to pay for that bread, little girl." And the girl saying, "Please, I don't have any money." It's like, one of the thugs being saying, it's like, no money? Fine. I guess you'll just have to pay in other ways. With a sadistic smile, creeping across the man's face as all the thugs edge closer to the girl. But Deku jumps right in between them, pretty much saying, I'll give you one chance to leave right now. And then one of the thugs saying, "Who the hell do you think you are, kid?" As he goes in for an attack, Deku takes out his lightsaber, just slices his arms off. And then zing, cutting his head off. As the other two guys getting scared and just ran away. Pretty much, the girl looking at Deku, pretty much saying, "Who are you?" As Deku looking at the girls, saying, "So you were the strong force I was sensing. Well, my name is Deku, and I am your new master, if you accept me." As the girl pretty much, it's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, what I'm talking about is you becoming my apprentice, because I am a force user. I'm a force user, and I need an apprentice to become a master. There are no others out there like us. No, like us. What do you mean? Kid, if you come with me, I'll explain everything. As the girl's like, "I don't know. I mean, it's either you come with me, or you can just stay on this planet. And I'm sure those guys will come back when I'm gone." As the girl pretty much saying, "Fine." It's like, all right then. As he takes her hand, holding it, and pretty much saying that walking to the dock where Hava is in her ship, pretty much saying, "All right, what's your name, girl?" And she says, It's Bella Kale. Bella Kale. That's a good name. Well, my name is Izuku Midoriya. But you can call me Master Deku. I'm going to teach you the ways of the Force. and soon you'll you'll become strong. Strong enough to face down any opponent. As you know, as Bella looking at Deku, kind of excited, you know, as they finally meet up with Hava, and they go back to Goliath. Is that how I pronounced it? I don't know. But anyway, they pretty much fly back to Goliath, to the temple where Anakin, Galen, and Ahsoka are at, and pretty much saying, "This is the strong force you've been feeling, Master Skywalker, and she will be my new apprentice, and I will teach her all the things you've taught me." And as Anakin nods, pretty much saying, "This is good." So Deku trains with Bella, as Deku finally turns 14, and he pretty much looks like what you see on the screen. And how Bella looks, finally grown, Deku's 14 and Bella's 13, pretty much looks like this. This is Bella Kale. And they don't just do training. They would usually, go on missions with Hava on her, missions or whatever, on other planets or whatever. Bella would, sometimes be a little reckless, mostly to just, press Deku and try to outshine Hava, because, she sees how Deku would somewhat, look at Hava a bit more, because she's a lot more grown and has a bit more assets than our young girl Bella. And Hava, over the years knowing Deku, would grow fond of Deku's company, and would try want to kind of be with Deku, and Bella wants that too, but she's kind of possessive of over Deku a little bit. There'll be often times where after a great victory over, whenever the Saber were fighting a bunch of droids or whatever, and they defeated them, and then after a great after that victory, Hava would find herself trying to go for a kiss at Deku, but Bella, seeing that, would often grab Deku from the back, like a back hug, pulling Deku away, pretty much saying, "No, he's my master." As Hava would look at Bella pretty much saying, just like, buzz off, little girl. As Bella would, get embarrassed. It's like, I'm not a little girl. I'm just a year younger than him. And you're like 2 years old. 2 years older than him. Most guys would usually go for a younger girl. As this kind of ticks off Hava. Hava pretty much saying, "Why, you little?" As Deku pretty much saying, "Enough. We need to get out of here. I think I'm ready." As Hava saying, "Ready for what?" "To go home." Oh, back to Anakin. So we're gonna go see Anakin and them yet? No, that's not what it meant. We are gonna go see them, but I'm only gonna see them to say goodbye. Oh, then where are we going? After I finally say my goodbyes, I'm gonna go back to Earth, so I can finally become a hero and stomp out the evil that's been corrupting my planet. As they nod in agreement. As they nod in agreement, as then they fly back to Galaya, and Deku meets up with Anakin, Ahsoka and Galen, pretty much bowing to them and pretty much saying, "I thank the three of you for all the gifts you've given me. I'm sure there are other kids out there who deserve this more than me, so I am truly grateful." And I can pretty much say, "So, is it really that time? Are you finally going to leave to Earth?" "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have many friends there, and my mother. They must be worried about me." Huh. Alright then. Just remember. Your training and defeat the evil that is there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But do you think you can truly take all those folks, even with the heroes at your side? They're not as strong as you. So do you, and your two friends, I don't know if they'll be enough. Don't worry, sir. There's a planet I've seen, a planet of a storming ocean with a dead facility there. It's kind of like a cloning type facility. Nobody's there anymore, and it's kind of wrecked, but the machines still work. I plan on using it to create my own army. And to, give y'all a little sneak peek of what is to come when Deku finally creates his army I've already told you guys a long time ago, I'd like to go into ridiculous territory with my what if. So anyway, pretty much, Deku getting the blessings of his three masters finally sets off to Earth with his friends. As Deku, sits in his room meditating. Finally, finally, I feel ready. I'm going to be the greatest hero there is, and nobody is going to stop me. And that's where I'm going to end it off. I do believe you guys will get you're going to get another Sephiroth tomorrow, even though technically it is tomorrow. So yeah, you're going to get a Sephiroth today. Not right now today, but today. So yeah, thank you for listening, and goodbye.